like a year or like 2 years was just hard, bro. Just trying to figure out like your rhythm.
I'm sitting in my car because we are about to go to our first session. Our first session with Brett from Apollo Chiropractic. Right? I think so. But I am working with him so I can rehab my shoulder. Now, I'm doing this not just for my benefit, but to show you guys the type of people that we should be working with. If you are an injured athlete or just injured in general and you're trying to find somebody that's going to get you back to your everyday life, we're going to find out if Brett is that person. So I'm going to be working with him for the next couple weeks. And obviously, I'm going to take you guys along with me. But today is session 1. This is Apollo Performance Chiropractic. Small little room inside of a big office, and that is Brett. But this is the overall facility. It is a good amount of space. So our first day, Brett decided that we were going to do an evaluation of my shoulder, which I really appreciate because sometimes people just take your word for it instead of really evaluating the situation. So off rip, he got brownie points like that for me because I am the same way when it comes to meeting new clients. At the evaluation, Brett got right into it, baby. When I say right into it, right into it. He gave me a few exercises that he wanted to try out to see what my pain tolerance was, but what my range of motion was as well, which was once again a good sign that he knew what he was talking about. I can't stand when you go into a place and somebody is just yapping and don't know nothing about nothing. So this was helpful for me because this, let alone I did not know that I can actually do this, and it was helpful with how it felt on my shoulder. It was just ooh, relax. And one thing I love about Brett is that you'll notice is that he makes me laugh. Now like this landmine exercise, I didn't honestly think I can do, but he was just like, you can do it. And I was like, all right. And as you can see, he shows me the exercises prior to. And he's very hands on with correcting my form and making sure that I'm not furthering my injury, but also understanding the movement completely with being explosive, but also having that range of motion. Today's session with Brett was great. I love him. He's so knowledgeable, he's kind, and no lie, my range of motion is 20 times better off of one session. So that goes to show you how well of he's not just a trainer, but he's a well-rounded, great person. So this ends session 1. We have 3 or 4 or 5, 6 maybe to go, but I'm happy that I found somebody to work with to get me back to my goals. So we're back at Value, where we are meeting with Brett again for our second session of shoulder rehab. I'm feeling a little achy today. I think it's because of the way I slept, but you know what? That does not stop us from moving our body. So we're gonna let Brett know what's going on with our body and see what he has in store for us today. So Brett evaluated me once again, making sure that I was okay and what my range of motion was because I was achy. And he gave me these exercises as a runner to see where my pain was and what was, in a sense, tolerable and not tolerable as a runner, because this is what was important to me to get back to my everyday life. What I enjoyed was getting back on this swingy landmine thingy mabobber. As a trainer, I ain't even gonna sit here and act like I know the name of it because I don't. I enjoyed getting back on here and seeing what my progress was. And as you can see, there is weight on that bad boy now. 10 pounds. And then, oh, a little 10 pounds. 10 pounds. That is big and deep for me. And now we added in a new variation of turning and exploding up, which felt great.
But again, it's going to be the same. I'm actually going to have to go palms up. And now don't get the elbows too. You can keep a little space, but don't get the elbows too far away from the rib cage. Okay. There you go. Nice. Go through a few reps. You go like 4 or 5 reps, and then we'll hold at the end. How does that feel? Okay.
That feels good.
Okay. Nice. A little more space in between the rib cage. So yeah, but just right there. Go ahead. And in every rep. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Every rep is really.
I feel like a bird.
Yeah. And again, it's all about shoulder blade movement. I know it feels
It's odd, but it actually feels
a little different. It puts your shoulder in a better position to exert against the thrust.
Gotcha.
Good now. Good, you got it. All right. Yeah.
So it's not immediate.
Just give me 2.
Solid? I don't know what it looks like. That's what I'm asking. Is it solid?
Bring it down a little, but like let's try 12 to 15 of like totally falling, almost like compressing the ball, but then pushing all the way up and see how that feels.
Yeah, I was using yoga blocks, 2 yoga blocks.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was gonna either grab over there as well. Good. Now that little plus on the top. Plus. Yep. Plus. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. Talk to me. How was that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm a little bit soft right now. One thing I truly enjoyed doing with him was letting him do the planning. Now, I had told him that I was in pain when I would do like bicep curls, and he instructed to do this version instead, which ironically enough I thought was going to hurt and didn't. It felt so comfortable, and I can feel my muscle contracting versus my shoulder being used.
They feel good.
Okay.
Like regular push-ups. If they feel good.
Okay. So don't do the ball?
Not yet. We're gonna go 3 to 5 off the ball. Take about 10 seconds. Come onto the ball. Go like 12-ish again.
3 to 5 on the ball, off the ball.
There you go. Little plus. Perfect. And good rest. Good job. That feel good?
It's the first time in a while that like feels so good. Now Brett added in these farmer carries with my palms facing differently. Baby, this is when I was like, he might not be the one for me. Just because they burned a lot, but not because he didn't know what he was doing. It was just like palms up, why? But honestly, I understood why when I felt my forearms on fire. Now, this exercise is one that I truly enjoy. I like it now, especially after working with Brett. I added into my warm-ups for upper body day because it allows my muscles in my joints and tendons to really relax and release themselves while being open. Our ultimate test to see how well.
I think it's okay.
Brett.
I know. You're right between your shoulder blades there. No, it's awesome.
Because this is how far I can go on
Yeah.
this side.
Go ahead. Take the other. So you got about 2 inches left.
Okay.
To get there.
That's better than last week. actually feeling good today because I got massage therapy yesterday, so I'm feeling loose and goosey today. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm not gonna lie, today's one of those days where you just, obviously it's raining outside, so you want to just stay in the house and just be like cozy, comfort. But work doesn't get done staying in the crib. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit to feel good at the end. So let's get into it. Go to New York Sports Club and see what it actually looks like. The pictures look fine, but I was like, I gotta see what it actually looks like.
Yeah, because who knows? They use the best possible picture.
Exactly. And next thing you know, you're walking into a green pool.
You know what's crazy? I feel like New York Sports Club is probably in like the mid to high hundreds.
No,
No?
I thought so too.
What is it?
It is.
Now, we got right into it after that yapping session, and baby, when I tell you this alone was just like, okay, what the heck is this? And what he got me doing, and then I felt the opening between my shoulder blades. I was like, wow, this is interesting and hard.
You're gonna hold the point to the ceiling with your fingers and hold right there. Really push it to the ground. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice job. Left. Push down to the right. And there you go. Similar idea. Really pushing that hand into the kettlebell. That's not wrong. Awesome. Does that feel good? Okay.
We did a lot of shoulder work this day, which was out of our norm, but it was really to see how far I progressed from our first 2 sessions, to see where my shoulder pain was, where it was kind of originating from, but whether if I was able to handle weight on that shoulder and how I was using it in a sense. So, like, am I carrying the weight near my ear, or am I carrying the weight and the ball joint, which we learned I was. But Brett once again corrected me. As you can see, like, he's always correcting me and helping me out.
Oh, we're a lot higher today.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Holy shit! I can touch my shoulder blade. Look.
Yeah.
That's good.
You got
I'm
that.
happy. So today is session 4 of my rehab with Apollo. I am actually a little sad because I've been having a great time. I've been seeing a big difference. I've been feeling a lot different strength wise. So obviously you gotta let your little birdies fly, but we're gonna enjoy this last session with Brett.
Now, in our last session, Brett was giving me the rundown of things that he needs me to make sure that I incorporate in my routine moving forward, to make sure that everything that we worked hard on was still getting used, but also allowing my body to relearn its correct mechanics. Now, this felt weird at first, but then it started to burn in a good way. And I liked it. And I still use it to this day.
Let's try. We'll do a double 10 on the next set.
Okay.
And then we can see how that feels, and we can switch to a 25. We should go to a new gym.
Yeah.
Where are you at your sports club?
Yeah.
Happy?
Very. I walked in and immediately saw the landline, and I was like, "Yup,
Yeah.
this is it."
New York Sports Club, we need a sponsorship.
Yeah, literally. Please, if you're seeing this, this is for you. I'm getting all the way back to the fucking floor.
Nice job.
That was.
You surprised yourself. That's funny. I love that.
That was great. That was. Oh my god. I'm happy. Happy camper.
This was our last exercise for our session, and it is an alternative but also a progression version of the farmer carry.
There you go. Good rest.
Everything about my shoulder has changed in the 4 sessions of working with Brett, and I couldn't even be more happy about my progress. The pain, the tolerance, and my range of motion. So I appreciate Brett for taking the time to take me in as a client and showing me how to use my body all over again.